like too much sensation or feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's a feeling in me that um, kind of feels like overwhelming.
Right. Right. So that's what you'll notice is there's this kind of overwhelm, there's agitation, um, this kind of busyness, restlessness. Is that what you would describe it as?
Yeah, it definitely causes a lot of restlessness.
Okay. And what do you notice when you hop on the call? What
I
did you
notice
what did you notice right now? You've been on this call for what, 2 minutes? What did you just notice in those 2 minutes? What happened?
it comes to the surface,
Mm-hmm.
and and it calms down.
Right. So do you get this experience that this restlessness, this activity, this movement, it's more of like in the foreground and the background is still. And now it feels like the background stillness has moved in to the foreground.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mm-hmm. See, a lot of the times there's this agitation, there's this restlessness, and we don't even notice it. That's because that's all we're used to. But now with the meetings, you're experiencing that contrast. You're experiencing the stillness.
Yeah.
You
So
notice. Go ahead.
even when I'm sitting here,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it still can feel like I can't fully embrace it.
Mm-hmm. Embrace what?
That feeling.
The feeling of the agitation.
Yeah, I don't even really know how to describe the feeling, but
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like there's an aversion to it.
Right. Right. So so don't try and push it away, and don't give it too much attention. In fact, let's shift the attention from the activity to the stillness that the activity is appearing in. So notice the activity first, this busyness, this kind of jitter, this squirminess. And now just notice the space in which that activity is appearing in. Notice the space around the activity.
Another thing that happens when we do this is the body gets very like shaky.
Well, yeah. Did you just try what I said though? Or were you thinking about something else to say when I was directing you?
Well, I noticed my body start shaking when I started to do it.
Okay. So that's still noticing the activity. Now, okay, I hear you. Now notice the space in which the body is appearing in. Yes, the body is shaking. Yes, there's some movement of the body, sensations. Now just simply notice the space around the body. Notice how the space is still, absolutely still. The body may be moving, but the space in which the body appears is absolutely still. So just shifting the attention to the space that is still. Now, can you confirm that you are aware of the space that is still? Yes or no?
I feel stillness.
Yes. Now, has all that activity and agitation, squirminess, has that disappeared? Are you just experiencing the stillness right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you see how there's just a simple shift of attention?
Yeah.
Yes. So continue being aware of that stillness. And just notice that the activity is appearing in that stillness. The body is an activity. That restlessness of the body, notice how that movement was appearing in this still space. Can you confirm that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now notice how you're not doing anything. Notice how you're just simply being that stillness. Notice how you are just simply being still. Can you confirm that?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, any movement would be appearing in you, that still space. Any agitation or squirminess, jitteriness, restlessness, any of that would be appearing in you. Now, just simply remain as that still space. And realize that any movement or activity can't touch you, the still space. See that the space that is ever still is unaffected by any of the movement that appears in it. It's not like this space is sometimes still and sometimes active. The space is always still. But there's an activity that appears in it. Movement appears in it. Now you just simply remain as that space that is still. And just allow any movement to appear in it. Now, what do I mean by movement? Well, the movement of thoughts, the movement of feelings, the movement of attention, the movement of any sensations. Notice how this conversation is a movement that is appearing in that space. Can you confirm that? That this conversation is an activity that is appearing in that same space?
Yeah.
Yes. So you are just simply being. You aren't doing anything. All doing actually appears in this space of being. And this space that you are finding yourself as, that you are resting as, it's open. It's welcoming to any movement, any activity. It's all inclusive. So it's cool with any thoughts, positive thoughts, negative thoughts, positive feelings, negative feelings, any sound, any smell, any sensation. It accepts all movement. All movement is appearances that appear in this space. So any feeling can be felt fully by simply resting as the space in which the feeling arises in, moves in. By simply resting as this space, it's like there's an open invitation for any feeling to come up. It's a warm welcome for anything that wants to come. Any thought activity, bring it on. As this space that is still, it is aware of any movement that appears in it. Thinking is a movement. Any thoughts will appear in this space. And this space is inherently free. From anything that appears in it. It's not attached to anything. It's not bound to anything. The space is free and it allows anything to move freely in it. Just like this conversation is moving freely in the space that you are. This conversation is a movement that is moving freely in the space that you are. So are the thoughts moving freely in the space that you are. So are the feelings that are allowed to move freely in the space that you are. So are the sensations. That are allowed to move freely in the space that you are. So everything is an activity that appears in the space. You are aware of everything moving, coming and going, appearing and disappearing, because you are not moving. You are absolutely still. You are ever present. It's resting as this stillness that gives you this stability, that you are stable. Everything that you are aware of is actually unstable. It's unstable because it's moving. It's temporary. These thoughts are visitors. The feelings are visitors. This conversation is a visitor. Sensations are a visitor. Perceptions are a visitor. This space is like home. Home is you. You're just simply aware of the visitors that just stop by, pay you a visit. Now, all these visitors come and go as they please on their own terms. So you don't control the flow of the visitors. You don't have a no soliciting sign on the door. The door is wide open. Now just know that no visitor is going to stay forever. Typically, when these uncomfortable feelings come up, there's also a thought that arises with it that you're somehow going to feel this forever. But that thought is untrue. Feelings are temporary. Thoughts are temporary. Sensations are temporary. All activity is temporary. But see that the space that is still is not an activity. Be aware of the space that you are and notice how it's not moving at all. Notice how it's not changing at all. So it's like the context. That which appears in it is the content, such as this conversation, or any thoughts about this conversation, or any feelings that are rising during this conversation. All of this is content. What you are is the context, the space in which the content appears in. So the content is ever changing, but you, the context, is never changing. Just notice how my words are appearing in this space that you are. And see clearly how my words can't touch you. They appear in you, but they don't touch you. This conversation appears in you, but this conversation can't touch you. The body appears in you, but the body can't touch you. The feelings appear in you, but the feelings can't touch you. The thoughts appear in you, but the thoughts can't touch you. Can you confirm that you are untouchable in this moment? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. This gives a profound sense of peace. No experience can touch what you are. You are the space in which all experience appears in. But the experience cannot touch you. In other words, you are safe from every experience. No life circumstance can affect what you are. You are free from all experience. So what you notice is now there seems to be some distance between what you are and the content of experience. Can you sense this distance, this freedom, this space that has opened up, sort of say?
Yeah.
Yes. Notice how relaxed you are as this space. Notice how spacious you feel as this space. Notice how still and silent you are as this space. Do you feel bigger than the body? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about the room? Isn't the room an experience? Isn't the room content?
Yeah.
See that the room is appearing in you, the awareness. So this space is ever present. Just that shift in focus, which is really a softening of the focus. It's a relaxing of the attention. Noticing the space around the object. Now you are aware of the space. prior to this, all you were attending, all you were aware of was the object, was the thing. You said the restlessness is overwhelming. The agitation is overwhelming. The jitters are here. And then I just said, well, notice the space in which the jitters, the agitation, the restlessness appears in. The agitation is a thing. It's objective. You can objectify it. You can describe it. It appears to you as a movement. But notice how the space that you are is not objective. Notice how the objects that are active, such as thoughts, feelings, sensations, perceptions, the activity of objects are appearing in you, the subjective space. Can you confirm this? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is aware of the space that the objects appear in? What is aware of the space that all of the objects appear in? Are you noticing that nothing is happening?
Yeah.
When I ask you that question, are you noticing that nothing happens?
Yeah.
What is aware of nothing happening? Isn't this you?
Yeah.
It is you. You are this space that all objects appear in. You are the space in which all things appear in. Now, is the space a thing? Or is it no thing?
It's no thing.
It's no thing. So you are that no thing in which all things appear in. Now just simply rest as no thing. Be aware of no thing. What you are experiencing right now is yourself. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions about yourself. Does it have a shape or form? Yes or no?
No.
No. Does it have a border or boundary?
No.
No. Does it have a gender?
No.
Does it have a race?
No.
Does it have a religion?
No.
Does it have a nationality?
No.
Does it have a start or an end?
No.
Did you create this?
No.
Was it born?
No.
No. Is this lacking anything? Is this incomplete? Yes or no?
No.
Is it lacking anything?
No.
Is it imperfect? Is there something wrong with it?
No.
Do you need to fix this in some way?
No.
Do you need to improve this or make it better?
No.
So let me recap what you said. You said you are fulfilled because you lack nothing. You said you're whole because you're not incomplete. You said you're perfect because you're not imperfect. No improvement needs to be made. Nothing is wrong. Nothing needs to be fixed. You said that you are impersonal. There's no gender, no race, no nationality. You are formless. You are limitless. You are without start or end. Meaning you are eternal. You are not born and therefore cannot die. You are immortal. And you are free. Are you experiencing anyone that is unhappy or suffering or separate? Are you experiencing anyone that's in conflict?
No.
So you're just confirming yourself. You're just checking with yourself here. You're just simply exploring yourself and reporting your direct experience of yourself. Can you confirm this?
Yeah.
And how much effort are you making to simply be yourself right now? A lot of effort or no effort at all?
No effort.
So Sean, I'm going to give you $1 billion to trade yourself for the $1 billion. Would you like to trade yourself for the $1 billion?
No.
Can you see how nothing actually needs to be healed?
Yeah.
Can you see that what you are is not sick? It's not hurt. It can't be threatened. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect just how you are. Nothing needs to be changed. You've always been this, yes? This is not something new. I didn't give
Yeah.
you this. Did you see me give you this?
No.
No. So this is the truth of what you are. Can this go away? Can this disappear? Does this feel like you're hallucinating? Like you're imagining this? Or does this feel more real than real? What you're experiencing right now, you are absolutely certain of it, are you not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last chance. I got $1 billion. Do you want to sell it?
No.
Now, what would you give to be yourself? What are you willing to give up to be this? Are you willing to give up Sean, the story of Sean, the memories of Sean, Sean's goals, ambitions, desires? Are you willing to give up the belief in being separate? Now, before you answer that question, I want you to continue experiencing yourself and just simply realize how Sean's stories, Sean's memory, Sean's past, Sean's future, how all of that actually doesn't exist. I want you to realize that only you exist, the you that you just described. Notice how when I had you confirm yourself, you didn't mention anything about a past or a future. You didn't tell me anything about a story. You didn't mention anything about a body, a mind, thoughts, feelings, none of that. So are you open to giving up what is not true?
Yeah.
Can you just simply be the truth of what you are? Isn't that all that exists? Is the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah. See how that which is false doesn't exist. It's not here. It's not now. All that exists is what you are experiencing right now. Are you satisfied with this discovery? Is the peace drowning out my voice?
No.
So are you satisfied with this discovery?
Yeah.
All right, great.